guys, and I've already tried to record this video once. It's the part 2 to my discussion series on Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's about the Pokemon region of Galar. The first region with an O not in it. So, yay. I've tried to record this video once, but I forgot to record the sound because I'm an idiot. Anyway, let's move on with the video. The Galar region is quite clearly based on the UK. I think it was pretty obvious, like some people were flipping the image and finding it was literally just the UK. But they haven't done it one-to-one. I was talking with one of my friends today. They didn't visit the UK, and so they visited Spain, and then instead they decided, let's just say, London's part of the UK, Birmingham, slap it on there somewhere. They've completely cut off Wales, but there are elements of Wales in the region. So, yeah, I guess that's all I have to say on this section. Let's talk about where it's got its name. Galar if you rearrange that, it sounds like Regal. But if you change that first A for an E, it sounds like Regal. And I can't believe I'm the only person to have worked this out. In fact, I pointed it out to a few PokeTubers on Twitter yesterday, and they weren't happy with it. Anyway, Regal, which is cool, I guess. It's Regal. It makes sense because it's England and the UK. We have a monarchy, and it kind of relates to the monarchy, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what Regal has to do with anything. I kind of forgot what Regal meant. But like I know it's like sounds monarchy-ish. Like I know it has something to do with monarchy, royalty and stuff. Anyway, moving on. Let's take a look at the region itself. So let's start off in the London area. This is quite obviously based on London. There's not really much you can say about it. I didn't add the thing saying this is the London Eye, but that is the London Eye there. Just right of the Big Ben Houses of Parliament section. Yes, that is the Big Ben. It's not the city down there. You can quite clearly see that it's based on the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben. Not in its cocoon state like it is currently, but it just looks more similar to it if you ask me. And that clock tower might be something else that I'll go into in a bit. But also Wembley Stadium seems to be the gym of this city, because the gyms all seem to be like football stadiums. This one's based on a real football stadium, Wembley Stadium, which is quite famous. You've probably heard of it, so I won't go into it. And then we have the Shard, which is what I'm assuming is the Shard because it looks like it's made of crystal shard. But it also kind of reminds me of the really big slide that is in the Olympic Park. It's pretty cool. I've been there, but I'm assuming that's where the Elite Four Tower is going to be. So, yeah, that's interesting. So we're going to be able to ride a Ferris wheel again. If we get that hiker back from Gen 5, I'm not going to be very happy. Well, I might be because it was quite funny, but you know. Other than that, yeah. Next up, slightly south, is what I can seem to think is Snowdonia, because it's snowy mountains, and that just makes sense for it to be Snowdonia, which is an area, a part of Wales. It's a national park in Wales. I think it's a national park. I'm not entirely sure on that. I'll have to double check. But Mount Snowdon, which is the main mountain in Snowdonia, is very snowy and is the highest peak in Wales. I have climbed part of it, but not very far. Did not get to the top. Can I just quickly mention, in the Ice City, is that a dark gym? Because that's not like the ice type colour, that's more like a dark type colour, so maybe taking something from Brick Bronze there. Anyway, moving on, we have the train track thingy there. That means that you can explore a bit of Snowdonia. But before I move on to the next slide, because that's what I'm talking about next, there is this wall here. This wall is, I'm assuming, based on Hadrian's Wall, which separates England and Scotland. I didn't really mention that in this slideshow, but you know, I think that's Hadrian's Wall. A lot of people have been saying that this map looks like Game of Thrones a lot, so interesting. But also, if this region, and before I move on, if this region has no Doctor Who references, I'm gonna be upset, because there's already a Doctor Who character in Pokemon. You've got Looker, who is based on David Tennant's The Doctor, so yeah. have to have, like, maybe he'll be an old man like Peace Capaldi in this generation. Birmingham or Oxford is what I'm assuming to be that steampunk like city, because Aston Uni and Oxford Uni, it looks like that kind of area, red brick, very industrialised. It's why can it seem to be taking place in the Industrial Revolution of the Pokemon world, because it's been very eco-friendly up to this point, as mentioned by a lot of PokeTubers, and now we've got industrialised stuff, we've got trains and all sorts. Yes, there have been trains in previous Pokemon games, I will point that out. In both Unova and Carlos we have seen trains. Speaking of, we're going back to Carlos, I hope. I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, I think this is most likely Birmingham or Oxford. I guess we'll have to wait to find out. Finally, I'd like to talk about the Lake District area, or what I'm assuming is the Lake District area, which is just north of the starting area. You can see what I'm assuming is the Pokemon Lab in this image. There's also like a train station there, so you can explore this area quite freely over to that tower, which Ruffled Rowlet, who, if you haven't checked out his videos, you really should, thinks that there'll be a ghost-type Pokemon, which would be really interesting. A new ghost-type, because Gen 7 didn't really have the best new ghost types. Like, there was Mimikyu, which was really cool, but then there was a Sandcastle. And I think that was pretty much it. If I'm wrong, there was another one. Feel free to correct me. And so, yeah, I'm hoping for better ghost types this gen. But that's really all I have to say. It's been a much shorter video, this one, than yesterday's, because, you know, yeah, reasons. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to subscribe, and if you are subscribing, click the bell, because realise today that if you're not gonna click the bell, then you don't see the notifications of the videos. I really do appreciate it when you watch my videos. Like the reaction I have when somebody when I realise I've got a few views on a video, it just makes me it just makes my day, because I've seen that people are enjoying my content and are coming back to the channel. Part 1, if you want to see that, and because you haven't, because I didn't tell you to click the bell then, it will be linked on the Switch, so click the Switch. I'm on Team Scorbunny and on Team Shield, because I always pick the second version over the first one. If I hadn't made that oath before, I would have probably gone for Sword, but I do always pick the second version, so I picked Let's Go Eevee, but I was going to pick that one anyway. I picked Moon, that was my first choice one really, and then I've got White 2, Soul Silver. Platinum is really, like, the third version games is really where it's slightly different, but anyway, other than that, yeah, I guess, see you guys soon, bye.